Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been following the Detroit Lions this season, you know it's been a roller coaster. The team, with all its talent and promise, has hit a pretty tough patch, especially on the defensive side. And honestly, that's the kind of thing that can really make or break a team's season, especially when you're eyeing that Super Bowl window. The Lions have been building something special, no doubt. They've got a roster that features some of the most promising young talent in the league, but right now, injuries are throwing a wrench into their plans. And that's what we're here to talk about today, how these injuries, especially on the defense, could impact their 2024-25 campaign and what the Lions are doing to try to fix things. So let's set the scene. The Lions, coming off a pretty impressive showing last season, were looking to keep that momentum going. They had high hopes for their defense, especially with Aiden Hutchinson, who's been a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Hutchinson has been a force on the edge, a player who can really change the game with his pass-rushing ability. Having him back in the lineup should be a huge boost for Detroit's defense, and fans are definitely counting on him to anchor that unit. But unfortunately, the Lions' defensive struggles weren't just about Hutchinson. They've been dealing with a significant injury crisis, particularly in the secondary, which has been a real issue against some of the league's top passing attacks. The secondary, which includes safeties like Kerby Joseph, is supposed to be a strength for Detroit, but injuries have hampered their depth and consistency. In particular, the Lions made significant investments in their secondary this season. They signed cornerback DJ Reed, a solid veteran who was brought in to support All-Pro safety Kerby Joseph. The idea was to create a formidable duo at the cornerback position, with Reed providing veteran leadership and stability alongside Joseph's playmaking ability. Plus, Detroit was counting on a big leap from Aniz Rakestraw Jr., their second-round pick in 2024. Rakestraw was seen as a promising young corner with a lot of potential to step up and take on a larger role this year. Fans and analysts alike were excited about what he could bring to the table, especially given his performance in college and the flashes he showed during training camp. But as fate would have it, things took a turn for the worse. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Just a few days ago, news broke that Rakestraw Jr. had undergone shoulder surgery, and unfortunately, it was a successful surgery but one that will keep him out for the entire 2025 season. That's right, fans, no Rakestraw for the rest of this year or next. This is a huge blow for the Lions' secondary, which was already facing challenges. Rakestraw was expected to be a key piece in their defensive puzzle, a player with the athleticism and potential to grow into a shutdown corner. Now, with him sidelined for the season, the Lions are in a tough spot. They are left searching for solutions, and that's where the veteran free agent Stephon Gilmore enters the picture. Gilmore, the 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, is a seasoned veteran with a ton of experience. Despite being 34 years old, he still proved he can contribute at a high level, having started 15 games for the Minnesota Vikings last season and ranking as one of the better cornerbacks in the league, according to Pro Football Focus. Sure, he's not the same player he was in his prime, but let's be real, a player like Gilmore still has plenty to offer, especially as a veteran presence and a mentor for the young guys like Terrion Arnold, who's been making strides this year. Signing Gilmore could be a quick fix, a way for Detroit to shore up their secondary and stabilize a position that's been tested repeatedly this season. The Lions have limited options at this point in camp, and bringing in a player of Gilmore's caliber, even at a discount, makes a lot of sense. It's about adding that veteran leadership, that calm presence that can help guide the younger players through the storm. Gilmore's career stats are impressive, 32 career interceptions, a testament to his ball skills and ability to shut down top receivers. Even if he's not what he used to be, his experience and football IQ can be invaluable for Detroit, especially as they prepare for the tougher opponents ahead. Remember, Detroit's main goal is to keep that Super Bowl dream alive, and that means making every move count. The secondary's struggles are not just a minor setback, they're a serious concern. If the pass-heavy offenses of the NFC North and beyond exploit this weakness, the Lions could find themselves in trouble come playoff time. It's not just about winning games in the regular season. It's about solidifying that defense enough to compete with the best in the league when it really counts. The NFC is loaded with talented quarterbacks and dynamic offenses, and Detroit's secondary needs to be ready. That's why exploring every option, including bringing in a veteran like Gilmore, is essential. The Lions front office, led by GM Brad Holmes, knows that the margin for error is razor-thin at this stage of the season. The question now is whether the Lions will pull the trigger. Will they sign Gilmore? Will they look elsewhere? The clock is ticking, and the need for veteran leadership and stability couldn't be more urgent. As the season approaches, every game, every drive counts. Detroit has already shown they can hang with the best, but consistency on defense will be the key to their ultimate success. They've got the talent, they've got the coaching, but health and depth are what will determine whether they can make a deep playoff run or fall short because of a preventable weakness. Looking at the bigger picture, this injury situation underscores how unpredictable the NFL can be. You plan, you draft, you prepare, but injuries are part of the game. The Lions have responded by trying to adapt quickly, bringing in reinforcements and looking for veteran leadership. And that's what makes this season so exciting for Lions fans. It's a test of resilience, of how well this team can adapt and overcome adversity. The leadership, the young talent, and the strategic moves will all come into focus in the coming weeks. The Lions aren't just playing for the regular season, they're playing with a clear eye on the ultimate prize, the Super Bowl. And every decision, every signing, every game plan adjustment is geared toward that goal. The NFC North is still a competitive division, but Detroit has shown they're capable of dominating when everything clicks. Now, it's about fixing the cracks in the armor and ensuring that their secondary can hold up against the league's best passing attacks. The signing of a veteran like Gilmore wouldn't just be a stopgap, it could be a rallying point, a symbol of the team's determination to stay at the top. In the end, it's all about the fans' passion, the team's resilience, and the coaching staff's strategic acumen. The Detroit Lions have a real shot at making a splash this season, but they need every piece in place. Injuries test the depth, yes, but they also reveal the true character of a team. Will the Lions rally around this challenge? Will they come out stronger? These are questions only time can answer. But one thing is for sure, the passion in Detroit is palpable, and the fans are hungry for success. They want that Super Bowl, and they believe in this team's potential. So, as we watch these developments unfold, remember that every move counts. The Lions are in a critical phase of their season, and their response to adversity could define their campaign. Whether it's signing a veteran like Gilmore or trusting the younger players to step up, the road to the title is never smooth, but Detroit's resilience and strategic mindset could very well carry them through. For now, stay tuned, keep supporting your team, and let's see how this story develops. The Lions have a lot to prove, and with the right moves, they might just surprise us all and reach that coveted Super Bowl stage. Fans, this is what we live for: the thrill of the game, the hope of victory, and the belief that our team can achieve greatness. So keep the faith, stay loud, and let's keep our eyes on the prize. The Detroit Lions are far from done, and this season promises to be one for the ages.